heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off, Izuku was in the hospital, and he was trying to, well, look after his dad. It has been roughly 1 week since his mother died, and his father was put into a coma, and his house was burned down. Now, Deku was there when his mother was buried, and as he stands there in the cemetery, he can somewhat hear it, the voice in the back of his head. He's trying to think. Everything going on, everything he's supposed to do. He's supposed to train, supposed to prepare. He was supposed to prepare for a threat in the future. Demons, monsters, something. Whatever it is, he could face it. But this threat? Human. He wasn't prepared for it. So, why? Why does this bastard get to live? Get to walk around and do all this? Now, as Izuku thinks that, there is one man who comes walking up, and Midoriya turns around and sees All Might. And All Might does actually begin to ask Midoriya a few questions. Did he encounter All for One? Yeah, I did. Young man, are you alright? Do you still have that? Yes, All Might, I do. Besides, Midoriya says, walking past him, you should have shown up. Huh? Young man, I wasn't aware of the situation. Even then. You weren't there, All Might. You don't know what I saw. Just leave me alone, Midoriya says before walking away. Within this amount of time, Midoriya has gotten a place. It is relatively closer to the hospital. Sure, it's not some big fancy house, but at this point, with the couple $100 million his family has to his name, he can get by for a very long time. He basically bought the apartment complex, and he basically just runs it. Sometimes, whenever someone's annoying, he basically brings up the fact that, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. He owns the building, so he can just kick them out if he doesn't like them. And he has lowered some of their rents, since he can basically do whatever he wants in the middle of the night, and no one really cares. Now, with that being said, Izuku also does still perform and act in movies. He goes through regularized training that he needs to do, and he's actually signed up for quite a bit of combat training. Along with that, he's also gotten a caretaker. Legally, he's supposed to have a legal guardian, since he's still underage. So he did at least hire somebody to look after him. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he visits the hospital today. And while basically staying by his father's side, he eventually does fall asleep. The sound of machines, basically, in the background. And Midoriya just lays there. Now, inside of his head, he is back in the magical fairy forest. and it seems nice. While he's looking around, he can actually see fairies. Whoa. So this is what that place was like. Is this the forest whenever it was younger? Now, as soon as that thought goes across his mind, he turns around, revealing somewhat of a barren wasteland. Everything around him looks dead, very few exceptions. And it seems like animal life and plant life are very scarce. So, where am I? As he walks around, eventually seeing the giant tree and making his way there. As soon as he arrives at its base, there is someone there to greet him. Who the hell are you? Ah, I see you have found me. It was hard to contact you. However, I believe that this message will get through. Get through? What are you talking about? This is just another one of those stupid dreams I've been having. Quite the contrary, Zuko. Yes, it is true that you have been having weird dreams. Some of them I have actually intercepted and seen. I do try and put my own messages in them. However, I believe I've gathered enough magic at the moment to give you this message. The Demon Clan is a serious threat, so you need to train. Really, I need to train. I've worked out before. I've done whatever I could. I've gotten into shape for movies, learned different languages. Shit, I even had to cook for myself. Tastes like shit, but I'm learning. Besides, even then, I just lost my mother. My dad, yeah, he's in a hospital room. Have you ever heard somebody breathe through a machine? Watch that pipe rise and fall? That little oxygenator. I'm scared. Do you know that? When presented with a threat that I could face, what did I do? I I ran. I ran because I was a scared child. And that threat cost my mother her life. It nearly cost me my father's as well. They protected me. All for me to learn that whatever Elaine did to me, she didn't give me a quirk. She gave me some sort of ability. And I want to know what the hell happened to me. I wasn't old enough to understand then. But now I want to know. Ah, yes. I believe you do deserve an explanation. Do you know what the Fountain of Youth is? That sounds familiar. The Fountain of Youth. To any human who drinks from it, they are given a power. They cannot die, nor will they age. I'm calling bullshit on that. I drank it when I was 4. I'm 10 now. Ah, yes. A little bit of a loophole, you could call it. But basically, you will stop being affected by a certain magic that's preventing your body from staying at that age. Once you reach your physical prime of 21 years old, that magic stops. And you'll stay like that forever. You're saying Oh. I get it now. Do you? I was certain you would not understand. Oh, no, I completely understand. I can't die. That's what you're telling me. That is correct. Oh, good. So, let me get this straight. I can hack, slash, cut off any limb I want and it will just grow back. Yes? Even if I cut my head off? That is correct. So even if I blow my head into little tiny pieces, I'll come back. If I'm burnt to a crisp and all that's left is my skeleton. Yes, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Well, I just want to make sure I'm covering every obstacle. Huh. Huh. So I'm immortal. Fuck. If I knew this was the power she'd give me, I don't think I would have taken it. But why not? Because, if you ask me, immortality just sounds lonely. That's quite odd for a human. What are you talking about? Humans have a dream. They wish to live forever. They do not wish to seek out death. It is frightening for them. They do not know what lies beyond. Do you know what lies beyond? Do you have that answer? Do you even have a soul? I don't know. I wish I could answer that question, actually. However, I don't believe so. But I believe that you need an ally. An ally, really. And who would you have in mind? Well, you see, back sometime in the past, if I'm remembering Elaine's memories correctly. You have her memories? Why, yes. She bestowed me with them. Her final gift. I now know millennia's worth of history. Things she has heard and seen. She has been given a little bit of news from every now and again. Hell, I am not too certain. I believe that there was even one thing about a human in particular. The abilities of the sun. But that's not important right now. There used to be a legend of a city. A city. Yes, full of powerful wizards and warlocks. So, magic. That is correct. Get to the fucking point. I need to explain the whole story to you. No, you don't. Just summarize it for me, because you're starting to piss me off. I'm supposed to be asleep, and I'm not supposed to worry while I'm asleep. But here you fucking are, annoying me. Well, alrighty then. Basically, in a small bit of a war between the Goddess clan and the Demon clan, there was somebody born with a powerful magic. Infinite magic, you could call it. They had an endless supply that they can use. So, they were given gifts. Both goddess and demons bestowed gifts, trying to get them on their side. They could only accept one. They chose both, resulting in that town being completely wiped from history. Now, legend says, if I remember correctly, that this was Merlin. Wait, some old wizard guy? No, no, not really. Okay, so I'm supposed to track down this guy. It is not a man. I'm sorry? Yes, Merlin the wizard. She is actually going to be a very, very valuable asset. And I believe that I should accompany you on your journey. My journey. Yeah, not happening. Huh? I said no. Listen to me. You're telling me that I have the rest of existence till the sun burns out to prepare for the demons. So I'm just gonna have some fun my own way. I just want to stop thinking for a minute. all this stress. You know what? Just leave me alone for a minute. But you do not understand. Now, this person begins to try and yell and scream at Izuku, as he just walks away. Eventually, after some time, the magic fades, and Midoriya wakes up in the hospital. As soon as he does, he simply just looks around. It's nighttime, and apparently, they left him here. The hospital's closed, so I can't really walk out through the door. I'll just use the window. Now, Midoriya basically just swan dives out of it. That's really all I could see anyone doing with that power. That or jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. Or jumping in an active volcano. Or, what is it? Lighting a bottle rocket and putting it in your mouth. Something stupid. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of shit you could do with this. Now, Midoriya, yeah. He does somewhat begin to try and look into Merlin. He does want to take his own time. If he's going to have all of time to do this, then there's not really a rush. Then again, there's the whole thing about it. Now, Midoriya does eventually get back to the apartments he, owns, and begins to research this, and playing some music. After roughly a couple of days, he does begin to learn about all this. And he does try and look into more and more history. Merlin the Wizard. Every single account he has found of it, Merlin's a dude. That does not make any sense. So he's just gonna have to keep looking. Now, along with that, Izuku's caretaker, they begin to instruct Midoriya, as soon as they arrive, that he needs to keep the place clean, do the dishes, and basically make sure that he practices proper hygiene. Midoriya basically is telling them that he'll take care of that later and just waving them off. And they listen to Midoriya. Midoriya himself, yeah. He doesn't like it whenever others try and be nice to him. He's been on his own for a minute. He can't really trust anyone anymore either. If All For One's going to try and come after him again, he needs to be ready for that. So he has to train to kill that guy. Killing. Could I kill that guy? I probably could. No. Now, Midoriya just begins to think. Let's see. There's multiple things he could do. He could quite literally just wait that guy out until he dies. Then proceed with what he's doing. Sure, the guy can try and study him, take his quirk, or whatever this shit is now. And he can basically wait them out. Once they die or he escapes, well, that's done. They're out of his way. So, let's see. This is going to be a long eternity. Now, with that being said, Midoriya basically does do everything he needs to. And he just thinks. He's trying to enjoy himself. But even then, there's not really much he can do. Now, for the next 4 years, I believe I can summarize this. Midoriya, he gets pestered by this doll. He begins to try and train, and he is haunted. Haunted with images and strange dreams, even then. Along with that, he continues on with his acting career, somewhat as a remembrance to his father, and he watches his father somewhat wither away. His dad has not woken up in all this time, and with him basically on a hospital bed 24/7, he's lost a lot of weight and muscle. Doctors speculate that his father may never wake up, and this pisses Midoriya off. Now, along with that, he eventually did enroll into a school, since he had to. He can't just get in the UA with all these stupid diplomas he has. Apparently, since he's gotten different degrees, or quote-unquote degrees, from online education, they wouldn't accept him, since there's no printout copies or even records of it existing. All of that went up in flames and his house burned down. So, the first day he arrived in a public school, or let's just say even a fancy school, a lot of people recognized him and tried to talk with him. However, he was basically just a loner, sticking to himself and barely even having conversations with anyone. Now, Midoriya has his fun. This fame and glory he has does go to his head a little bit sometimes, but he does keep himself in check. He doesn't really care. He can act like a smarmy asshole on the surface, when in reality, yeah, he is a very serious person. With everything he's been through, gone through, and trained through, it has taken a very bad toll on his psyche. He's died multiple times. A human mind simply isn't able to go through that over and over again. And there's all this trauma that plagues him. Midoriya, he just tries to keep to himself. Whenever somebody will talk to him, he puts on that personality he has. And many different people either respect him and respect them. And then there's the fact that he even has a small fan club at his school. A lot of people talk about the movies he's acted in. And Midoriya, he himself has also had a lot of girls have crushes on him. Now, he doesn't really see the whole idea in a relationship. It doesn't really matter. And today he is walking home. As soon as he's out walking by himself, a lot of people are talking. Some people are trying to ask him questions after school, to which he tells them just to leave him alone. Jeez, what's with that guy? Dude, come on. You know he's a very busy dude, right? What do you mean? Well, remember that movie that's coming out soon? Wait. You mean that one with shh? What? Dude, his dad was the original actor in that one. Oh, my bad. Wait, so where's he going then? I think he might be in it. He was in the first one. Well, yeah, but if you replace the main actor, it doesn't really work. Besides, even then, the guy's still a prick. Well, yeah, but he lost his mom a long time ago, along with his dad. It must be rough, though. He seems to be getting along just fine. Don't worry about him. Now, with that being said, I believe that I can leave that part off of here, and I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.